Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I would like to speak to those of you who already know what ENTRYPOINT Academia is. So now from the point of view of the world, it's completely insignificant. But from the point of view of my life, this is a huge thing for me that I achieved. And that is, you might have noticed that when I did the last water fast, which in the end was about 12 days, you can see it in the last video on my channel. I said that I would continue doing the water fasting, or the last water fast till, and I think it was the 13th one, that I would continue doing it until I finished the 3 videos. And these are right here. And I finished them. Segment 3, segment 4, and segment 5. And then a workshop tying all 3 of them together. Now, I want to tell you more about all these videos. Now, initially when I put together the structure of how to communicate entry point philosophy, I came up with segments, which were how to perceive reality, how to perceive health, how to perceive learning, how to perceive earning, and how to perceive money, how to perceive communication, how to perceive choosing a partner in life, how to perceive bringing up a kid, and how to perceive politics. And I decided that for each of these segments, I would do a video where I would try to communicate that area through the entry point lens. And that's how this first video, how to perceive reality, came up to be. It's about half an hour. And after that, I did a live workshop, which was about an hour and a half, again, deep diving more into how to perceive reality around you. And then the second segment was how to perceive health. And when I was preparing a video for segment 2, which was about a year ago, I realized a few insights. First one was that segment 1, how to perceive reality, and segment 2, how to perceive health, are connected together, because that's the alpha and omega, the basic start of everything. You need to have your software and your hardware in a condition so that you can function in today's world. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, if you have a poor health, or if the model of reality that you live by is strange, then it will be really, really hard for you to do anything in life. So the first 2 segments are extremely important. And a year ago, as I was thinking about it, I realized that I actually, because, when I do these videos, I think to myself, like, who am I? I'm just a, normal guy, and I do videos about how to perceive life. Well, I do it because I missed it in my life. And everything that I tell in these videos, that's something that I would love to tell myself back when I was 20 years old, 15 years old. So I realized that the first segment, the material for it, I got together from 2018, from May 2018 all the way to 2023, where I published the video. So for 5 years, I completely changed the way I perceive reality around me. And that's what the first segment videos are about. And then, of course, and that's, I think, where most of you joined my channel. You joined it because you thought that I was doing water fasts. So you probably were big into water fasting, or you were big into losing weight or into health. And I realized that since, because the first water fast I did was back in 2019. Since then, I did 13 water fasts. I published a little book about it. I did a lot of talks about it. I spoke with a lot of scientists. I did a lot of discoveries in the health area. And I realized that since 2019, I lived the second segment about health. And in those videos, which is the half hour very basic one, and then and let's say an hour and a half, an hour workshop more about it, I try to communicate everything that I have found about health when looking through the entry point lens. So I finished segment number 2, health. Which was a year ago. And I realized that now I have to do segment 3. And I also realized that I have lived segment 3 my whole life. Segment 3 is about the most important thing in today's fast-changing world. And that thing, that skill that we should all be masters of, it's a skill that every school in the world should teach it as subject number 1. If nothing else, then only this skill should be taught and trained in school. And that skill is how to learn a new thing fast to a level where you can apply it in reality so that it brings you some benefit. So that's what the segment 3 was about. And I knew for about, let's say, the past 2 years that I was going to do segment 3. So in my mind, I always thought that the structure of the video, of the message about segment 3 would be that I would say, hey, today the world is changing. It's really important to learn fast. Now I'm going to show you various techniques how you can learn something fast. Because as I said, I've been really fascinated, ever since I left school back in 96 or 1997, I realized that what I have learned in school was not really helping me to survive in the world. And I realized that I had to learn things, and I had to learn them fast. So over the years, I learned a lot of things, and I learned them fast. And I was going to do a video about it in the segment 3. But as I was preparing it, or as I started preparing it about, seriously preparing it about 2 months ago, I realized that the subject of learning something fast is really complicated. And I talk about it in the video, is from, let's say, two points of view. The first one is the process of really choosing what to learn, how to learn it, and how much to learn it, and when to learn it. It is actually so complicated that almost how to learn something fast is actually less important than to learn the right thing slow. And the second point of view is that it's not only about the skills, but it's also about, and that's segment number 4, which is, you learn a skill, but then you have to apply it somewhere. And the somewhere has various, in today's reality, various areas, such as you can be an employee, you can be a freelancer, you can have your own company, and each, let's say, each environment has different needs for different skills. So depending on where in which environment you are located, which is segment number 4, it also relates to what skills you should learn. And then I realized that these two segments are actually tied together with segment number 5, which is how to perceive money. And how to perceive money is more fun when you look at it from a point of view of a prehistoric hunter. And the prehistoric hunter had to learn a hunting skill. He had to apply it in some environment, like fishing, So he had to find a pond, or he was, somewhere where there was no water. And whatever he caught, that was his reward. So, how to perceive money is tied together with it. So independently, each video, segment 3, 4, and 5, they stand by itself. But since they are all tied together, I made the live workshop where I talk about how all three are interconnected. And again, it's about an hour video. And when I mentioned the prehistoric human, let's say the mammoth hunter, I realized one thing about entry point philosophy, and that is it's universal. And I like things which are universal, because the more something is universal, the more real and something you can count on and with that thing is. As an example, let's say gravity. You know that gravity affects not everyone on this planet, but everything. So not only every human being, but every animal, every non-living thing, not only today, but also tomorrow and for ages to come, and also in the past. All the religious figures, they were affected by gravity. Everyone was affected by gravity. So the more something is universal, the more I think it shows that it's real. And with entry point philosophy, with segment 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I realize that they are universal to all humans at all times. Now, just to even deep dive into it a little bit. So if you look at Christianity is completely useless to someone who lived, let's say, 10,000 years ago. The person who lived 10,000 years ago, I don't think that you can convince them to practice Christianity because you would tell them, it's about something that will happen 10,000 years from now. In other words, what's going to happen 10,000 years from now is so important that whole Christianity thing doesn't give a damn about you here hunting for a mammoth 10,000 years ago. So that means that it's not universal. But with entry point philosophy, if I take today's human and I tell him, look, you have to realize where you are. You are in a private company and you have to generate income to this company. You don't feel well, well, you have to make sure that you're healthy and you have the energy so you can perform. Now, you have to learn the right skills. You have to learn, let's say, English. You have to learn typing with all your fingers and be able to express yourself in official documents, right? And you have to, but before you choose the skill, you have to realize, what type of industry you're in, what work you do, and how much money it makes based on, let's say, the monthly cost that you have. So this is what I would tell the today's person. But if I had the mammoth hunter here, I would tell him, look, you are in a reality where you have to hunt every day to catch something. For this, you have to be healthy, so you have to eat this type of food, and you have to watch for this and that, and you have to operate in a certain way, and so that you have the physique. Once you have this, you have to learn, because here we have pigs who run here every other day. So you have to learn how to throw a rock at the pig, so you catch him, so you can eat him. That's segment 5. You can eat him, and you have to also manage what you catch, because not every day you will be able to catch the food, or the pigs might not come, so you need some reserve. So that's the same for the modern human, the 5 segments, as they would be for the mammoth hunter. But in the same time, not only the segments apply to all humans going into the past and also to the future, but also it relates to animals as well, because, and again, you can take any religion, but let's pick on Christianity. Well, if I'm a dog, Christianity is completely useless to me. Like for a dog, if I have a little puppy, and I would try to tell him about, if I was able to try to communicate Christianity, it would not help him at all. But if I try to teach him that he's in a reality where I am the one who takes care of him, and I am the one who understands best in what environment we are, if we are at work, forest, sidewalk, at home, that I know the best how he should behave, and that every time he's not sure, he should look at me, and when he looks at me, or he's not sure how he should behave, he should come to my leg. Well, in that model, that dog would be much happier than dogs who live in a model where they have to protect under every condition their owner. Well, that dog will have it, and the owner will have a tough life when they walk in a shopping center. So it's really important so that the being, let's say the dog, understands how he should perceive life. Second thing that's important for the dog, it's also to be healthy. And then also he has to learn certain things in certain environments. So he behaves in such way that we feed him, especially with dogs, right? Sometimes the skill is that he should always cuddle with his owner, and the more he cuddles, the more food he gets. But he has to learn a skill how to survive in the reality. Yeah, so I work on these segments, and they are ready. Now, right now, it's 6:46 a.m. in Prague. It's Tuesday, December the 10th, December the 10th. And what I am going to do, probably today or tomorrow, I will publish all these 4 videos, but I will just publish that they will be published in the future. So I think that this Saturday I will publish segment 3. Then a few days later, I will publish segment 4. Few days later, segment 5, and few days later, the workshop. And I will also update the ENTRYPOINT ACADEMIA web pages. And I will also update the previews for the past videos. Also for the videos on this side, these are insights that I published because I thought that they're interesting, because I got them through the ENTRYPOINT filter, let's say, and they are a good example of if it's worth studying or taking more interest in ENTRYPOINT philosophy, because you can check the insight, and if you find the insight interesting, that means that ENTRYPOINT philosophy is for you. Yeah, so I'm really excited again also because I did these 4 videos also in the Czech language, and altogether I spent many hours, and I try to do them in the quality, like the since I'm doing this in my free time and with my spare energy, I try to invest as little as possible, but enough so that the main message is communicated, and I think I achieved it. Yeah, so I will be publishing this starting Saturday. Feel free to write me any questions about the various segments, the learning part or money part or anything. Yeah, so see you soon. Bye-bye.